Now that you are creating encrypted content, you'll need to be able to share it with people outside of the organization. Wait, if it's encrypted, doesn't that mean that people outside of my organization can't view the contents of these files? That's correct. So you're going to have to be able to make a decision on how you would like to share data outside of your organization. This is an example of when synchronized encryption will ask you to make a choice. But indeed, you should think about how you share data outside of your organization. Let's use email as the example. You simply create the email in the very same way that you've done before, and you attach the encrypted document. Unlike on Windows, Outlook on OS X does not have the ability to have plugins. So, unlike your colleagues who are Windows users, you'll need to make a decision on how you want to share files before you attach it to the email. As mentioned earlier, OS X Mail and Outlook are regarded as special applications when it comes to synchronized encryption on OS X. And that means that if you attach a file, like the Word document we created earlier, from the encrypted folder, it will be automatically decrypted. This is the special exception for Outlook and OS X Mail. So this is providing more usability to yourselves at the degradation of security, because every mail you send with attachments from the encrypted folder will go in a decrypted state. Now that does mean that the recipients will be able to access it without any difficulties. Let's look at another example. Let's just say you received an important document from a colleague and you saved it to your desktop, and you received it in an unencrypted state. Understanding that this document was important, you decided to manually encrypt it. Now that that is manually encrypted and saved on your desktop, you want to be able to share that with somebody external to the organization. So you want to be able to mail it to them. So what we do this time is you create an email in the very same way, you type out the email as you would expect, and what you do is you just directly attach the file from the desktop. As you can see there, the indicator of the green padlock icon shows you that it's encrypted. What happens in this case is that you have just attached an encrypted document to the email. This will mean that the recipient, who is external to your organization and doesn't have the necessary encryption keys, will not be able to read this document. They will likely come back to you and say that the Word document appeared to be corrupted when it was received by them. And then that is your cue to know that you accidentally sent them an encrypted document. Generally, you will not create encrypted documents on the desktop, so this is more of an exception than the rule, although it does illustrate what happens when this occurs. But what you can do is, if you want to share it with that person and it is sensitive data, you can choose to manually password protect that document. Once you've done that, you can then send the newly created password protected file to that external recipient and then provide them with the password to that password protected file via some other means, whether that's via phone, SMS, or some other external mechanism. This allows you to share sensitive or confidential information with somebody external to the organization in a safe and protected manner. So, to recap, if you attach an encrypted document to an email from the encrypted folder, then it will be automatically decrypted and it will be sent internally and externally in an unencrypted state so that all the recipients can access it seamlessly. If you happen to attach an encrypted document from any other location, it will be attached in an encrypted state and will be unreadable to somebody external to your organization. You can always attach a password-protected file from any location and send it to anyone, and as long as they have the password, they'll be able to access it. This functionality applies equally to Outlook and OS X Mail.